Doctor, I have seen on your website that you talk about these 8 rules of diet correction. So I'm interested to know what are these 8 rules of diet correction and how they affect us in our daily life.
8 rules of diet correction are basically one of the important component of SLP program. And you might be knowing that SLP program is there to help you getting health, or it works as a preventive or therapeutic plan as well. Through SLP, I work on liver and biorhythms, and I need to do dietary modifications, because if I am not going to match the food which you are taking with the body chemistry which you are carrying, I won't be able to convert that food into a medicine or a remedy. So these 8 rules of diet correction convert that food which you have taken into a medicine, and then that food works on the problems which you carry, whether it is disease or health or whatever you want to, whatever problem you want to work with that food. So the rule number 1 is that you have to look for the natural foods. Without natural food, you don't expect any betterment in your health. Then food preference is very important. If you are taking a food which is imposed on you by a therapist or a dietitian or a doctor which you dislike, whether that food is natural or unnatural, that food is not going to help you, because your biochemical individuality is not matching with that food. In herbalism or in herbal system, we call it misage, or a specific chemistry of that individual. So food preference is very important for me while writing a diet plan. Then quantity of food. I never restrict a person regarding the quantity of the food intake. By organizing the food, I work on the quantity control center, and there is no limit. You can eat up to your own satisfaction. You shouldn't overeat and you shouldn't undereat. If the system is normal, the quantity is automatically controlled. Then food timings are very important. I try to match your food with the body clock timings, and that is why I insist to my patients that they have to have their breakfast before 9 in the morning. I eliminate their heavy lunch and try to give them instructions to have their dinner before 9 at night. Only then the absorption or metabolism or assimilation of the food is maximum. If you take a natural food but the time is not matching with the body clock, the food will not be converted and it will not be absorbed completely. Then there are certain combinations. Combinations of food are important, like when you are taking fruits or nuts, you are supposed to combine acidic, alkaline or neutral food groups, so that the end result of that food is not going to affect the pH of your blood and the pH of your tissues, and you won't get the side effect of that natural food. Another combination which is very important in SLP, that you are not supposed to have something sweet right after the food. Try to have all desserts, fruits or sweet drinks 30 minutes before your breakfast, before your meals, or about 3.5 hours after the meals. Then rotation is important. If you keep on following or keep on taking one type of food regularly, that food is going to stimulate a disease process in the body, because I have learned that God has supplied a food with both the effects. A food is disease causing, a natural food is disease causing, and at the same time it is a remedy. If you keep on taking one type of food, the disease component of that food is activated and we can get side effect of that healthy food. Then the temperature of the foods which you take in one meal is important. You cannot combine boiling soups or hot breads or hot meals with the chilled drinks. So you have to take foods or drinks or any herbal teas which are at moderate temperature. They shouldn't be cool and they shouldn't be very hot. So temperature of the food is another important component of diet correction. Then the correct water intake. If you take a lot of water with your meal, you are going to dilute the acid which is required to digest the food completely. If you have followed the 7 other rules and you are taking water incorrectly, food will not be absorbed maximum. You will be getting bloating, there will be abdominal distension, and probably gas is going to produce more if the water intake is with your food. So the temperature of water is important. The water should always be at the room temperature for this Pakistani race. It should be about 30 minutes before or 1.5 hours after the meals, and the number of glasses should be limited according to the weather. It is about 10 glasses during summers, and during winters it is between 6 to 7 glasses. So there shouldn't be excess intake of water. When you combine all these 8 rules together, the food is absorbed about 80 to 90%, and then only I can work on your body, and I can assure you that I am going to give you holistic results.